Hello. Hi, Erica. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy you're here, you guys. This is going to be really cool. This is going to be a wonderful experience. Some of you are going to know some of what we talk about, and I hope that you stay. I want to write a little something here, but I hope that you stay with us and you keep growing. We're going to grow together as we do this new live series. So this is going to take the place of the Souls Live that I used to do. And for those of you who haven't seen it, you can find it in the playlist. I did it for like 2 years where we talked about angels and ascension and the awakening process. And what I said in there is actually been playing out in the real world, which is very, very cool. It just shows that accuracy, right? Well, hello, welcome. How are you? Let me say hello in a message to you. I just have to clean my glasses. I had to go to the restroom before I started because I didn't want to stop while we were in process. All right, there you go. Now we're working good. And yeah, welcome. So I thought what we'd do. Hi, Robert. How are you? And V, hello. I thought what we'd do is talk about different aspects of the Age of Aquarius and what it really means. It's not about the zodiac sign of Aquarius. And I'm sure some people aren't coming because that's what they think, right? So, the Age of Aquarius is this process where we're going to, hi, Montana, how are you? Where we're going through all of these changes for a specific reason. And as many of you may already be aware of, we go through these cycles. When the planets align, everything shifts, right? It shifts our earth, it shifts our economy, it shifts the inner connection we have in our own self. And that's what we're going through is this shakeup where it breaks everything down and that puts us into our own ascension. And as we go through this right now in this time frame, we're actually going through it in the outside world at the same time. So it creates a lot of turbulence and it's overcoming a lot of um, beliefs that do not belong inside of us. So if you guys haven't my book is opening tomorrow, so the pre-sale is tonight. It ends tomorrow, but yeah, I hope you check that out. That's going to be of great benefit for some of you who are going through the journey and you have not, worked with me in session. And even if you have, it'll be extremely beneficial. So I kind of took everything that I do and put it in there for you. So it give you a good idea. Hello, Sylvia. How are you? I'm so glad you're here. Wonderful. So she just said she's been following me for 3 or 4 years, and I've been on YouTube for 4 years. And between 2020 and 2021, I kind of took a little hiatus. I was taking care of my own self, going through another phase in my own life, just like all of you go through. And we go through all these different uh, phases, and they're all signs of grief. All the signs of grief is what we go through. So, through this change that we are encountering right now, a lot of us are seeing truth, and that's what the age of Aquarius is, truth and transparency, where things that were hidden become open to the world outside. Things that were hidden in our lives are going to be open to the world outside. But we have to separate in order to actually interconnect again. And then once we interconnect, then we are able to see things clearly. And that's what's happening because 2023 is going to be a whole new phase in the journey of the age of Aquarius. Hello, how are you, Gypsy Bones? Welcome, you guys. I'm so glad you're here. So, I didn't know if you had anything specific that you wanted to talk about, and I thought I'd let you in the chat go ahead and lead this particular segment off as far as a topic that you would like to look at. Next week, we're going to look at role models and leadership in the age of Aquarius and what that really means. So each week we're going to have a topic, but this week is more like answering your questions, whatever it may be. All right. So go ahead and ask. and we're going to go forward. And I thank you guys for joining. If you'd like to join the live chat, you can subscribe to our membership, and that would be wonderful, right? That would be awesome. So, how many of you are exhausted right now? I would love to know that. Everyone I've talked to is exhausted and edgy. That edginess. Can you feel that edginess that's going on right now? Okay. So let's go ahead and I did bring my cards just in case. Yeah, you're being edgy. You're being edgy, Erica. Please say thank you to Erica. She helps me monitor the channel. I didn't get that in there on time because I didn't want to be late. Yeah, you're exhausted. Yeah. And I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to the membership because that's what's going to keep bringing these videos back for you and continue to do these live segments. And these live segments are kind of like in lieu of working with me in private session or in group session, although this is a group, right? But there's so many things that are going on. Hi, Leah. How are you? You're tired-ish, but had good news. Saturn is on your right on. Good for you. I ditto on that. Me also. Okay, I've been doing the same thing. You're trying to oh, you're not home yet. Okay. Erica's just saying she's not home yet. Ear issues. Jamie, is your ear ringing? You have that ringing in your ear? Okay, so Jamie just said she's been having ear issues for about 3 weeks, and I have, 4 clients that have asked me, "What is it with the ringing in the ear?" Now, if you wanna find out what's going on in some phases of your life, you're gonna be able to do that on your own, and you can do that by going back in your mind. I don't mean, like, going backwards, but just looking at what happened in the year of 2020. What happened in the year of 2020? What happened in the year of 2021 at this moment in time? So March of 2020, we went through a change, a shift happened. March of 2021, another shift happened, right? So you should be able to see that. Yeah, 3 years. Okay. Yeah, so she's saying that her ears have been ringing for 3 years, and I'm wondering how many of you guys that are watching, you also have had that happen, right? And please thumbs up this video, you guys, so that, it helps other people see it in as it goes through the feed. So I have had a lightening of mental burdens brought on by work, healing over the yes, we go through decades. So Gypsy Bones is saying that, she's had a lot of mental stresses and fatigues and a repetitive cycle for 10 years. And that's because we go in 10-year segments. One of the things that I did, which was really cool, and if I get enough of you that want to do it, I mean, enough of you that want to do it, I may even put it in a webinar and show it here on YouTube, or we'll move it to a free platform. I'm not going to charge you for it, but where I had somebody say, "Oh my gosh, you're going to charge us." It's like, no, ask me. Okay, don't listen to them. Ask me where you can actually map out your entire life based on cycles. So you can find the 1 year cycles, the 10-year cycles, and you can see the rhythmic pattern that goes through our lives. And it also has everything to do with the outside world. You feel like the ear ringing can be brought on by lots of Zoom audio calls. Absolutely. So Leah is saying that her ears are ringing and she's wondering if it has to do with these. Now, I can only wear these for about 5 hours a day total, and that's pushing it. I mean, I have to take breaks in between because if I do 5 hours a day, it feels like my brain's rattling. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's crazy. Okay, what's going on with Aquarius rising? Acts of violence in the world. Well, Aquarius rising is my show. Okay, so that's not actually all of it, but the rising is the phase that I'm talking about. We're going through a tear down phase. So if you remember in your own transformation, I see Elkie. Yeah, you've been with me for a while, right? I think you've been with me for a while. Um, I know you've been through a transformative period of time in your own life where you reflected on things. So as you went through yours, Ellie, if I said your name, Ellie, I said Elkie. I can't see, I'm blind. I just can't see. It's the camera's too far away. So you went through a tear down of your own self, and in that tear down, what happened was you became withdrawn, you became isolated. You cut yourself off from society. You felt really horrible. You felt sick. You felt ill. You were angry. You would cry for no reason. You were exhausted, even though you didn't do anything. That is an inner tear down. All of the things inside of you have been tearing down, tearing down, tearing down. And then you have to clear it out. And that's where I come in, right? That's how I help people. So it's like I'm not a tarot reader. That's why I say I'm not a traditional tarot reader. And those messages are guided messages. So I see these visions and I pop them out there. And you'll even notice that there's a lot of people in the comment section on my videos, as bad as it was in 2020 and 2021. But there's a lot of anger out there, right? And it's going to intensify the closer we move to the month of October. So enjoy these next several months, okay, as we get toward the latter part of the year, rolling into 2023. It's going to be challenging for many of us, not necessarily bad, all right? And that's where you need to learn how to stay balanced in this changing cycle, balanced in this awakening moment for the world. So it's the breakdown is what's going on, all of the breakdown, okay? The violence is no different than many people who have gone through and they've been hurt by their best friend. They've been lied to by their partner. They got screwed over by a promotion. All of these negative things that happen, and it's pent up energy, pent up anger, where people didn't learn how to release correctly. They didn't learn how to be able to turn the situation in their favor, because all it takes is one. This is a web, all right? So when you look at life, it's a web, like a spider web, and there's one main spider, okay? And that main spider sits there and it spins out and it connects with one dot and then it connects to another dot and it puts a thin line in between as it connects to the main dots around it. So here's one main dot and then there's little ones, right? So if you look at that spider web, you'll see what I'm talking about, where it's very thin lines that connect those smaller dots around it and it keeps going like this. Well, that's what happens is we can meet one person who is the hub. That's the spider. And then they find somebody who is a good talker, okay? Somebody who can really sway people, and then they befriend them. And then they find somebody else and they befriend them. They become those little tiny dots. And then all of us are the links that go around, and there's a web of convolution and confusion and all of these things. And that's what's going on in the world where the web is being broken. All right. And people get angry as they go through that. You had a mental breakdown last night, and I finally got right. So much anxiety all at once. Yes, there is a heightened amount of anxiety. Okay. There is. And you're probably feeling it going, oh my gosh, I am so ready to change. I want this change. I can't take it. I can't take it. Patience is one of the things that we are really tried over and over and over again in the meaning of patience, where we have to learn how to be patient because we've created a society where it's give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. Running around, I was a single mom. So it's give me this because I got to go. I got to go pick up this kid. Then I got to pick up dinner from McDonald's on the way home. Then I got to go there and we eat McDonald's in the car. We did homework in the car and we had to take one to a basketball game and then one to another one. I had four. All right, so it's driving from one end of town to the other. Da, 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 da. By the time we got home, it was 8, 9 o'clock at night. Thank you, Arzu. I appreciate that. What advice do your angels have for you about your journey? I have a feeling it's not going to be too much different than the last one. but I will look for you absolutely because it can change in a dime. Everything around us can change just like this. We can create peace and harmony just like this, all right? But we have to go through that tear down. So let me get to you in just one sec. I don't want to miss a couple of these that I saw I wanted to address. Yes, you are going through an awakening, Sylvia. Yes, you are. You feel like you're going crazy, and my family says you're crazy. Now, I'm not a psychiatrist, and you guys know that. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not, all of these licensed people that you would need to go to find out specifically certain things. I am psychic. I do have mediumship. I hear the guidance, and I'm called all kinds of names from light worker to, excuse me, a lot of other not so nice things. But you are going through this, all right? And it does make you go crazy. It makes you go crazy because we become in split mind through this journey. We literally embrace the left side and the left side and the right side of our brain. The left side represents the DM, the divine masculine. The right side is the feminine. So this is the emotions and this is the nurturing. This is your cups and your pentacles in the tarot. The tarot is the story of life. All right. Tarot is the story of life. That's all it is. Doesn't matter what deck you use, it matters the reader that is using those cards. The left side is the air energy, that's mental, that's the fogginess, that's the clarity that you have, the way you speak, the way you communicate. And it hooks to the passion. That is excitement, adventure. It's all of this together. It develops something from here. And, like in my book, I say we live in a world filled with dream catchers and dream squashers. And it's somewhere in the middle where we can become whole again, where we can create prosperity. And that's what that book is about. And that's exactly what you're going through. So you're trying to align yourself up, my darling, where you're trying to get the high vibrations of both sides and you're trying to balance everything out because if it's down here, this is low vibes, this is low vibes, high vibes, high vibes. You want to create a center piece in the center. Okay. And until then, it's like, "Oh my gosh, things are flying around and the world's changing and everything around you." And yeah, it's gonna make you feel crazy. Make sure that if you really do feel crazy, you take care of you. Don't listen to them. If you feel you need to go get help, then you get help, no matter who you go to, okay? Good evening. I seem to be okay, Maria becomes very irritable and forgetless. Yes. So she's saying that she becomes very irritated, agitated, irritable, and forgetful. And yes, that is part of it because again, you're in two mindset. So we are running like here's a really good example. A lot of you have done this. I know you have. You're driving to work, you're driving to take your kids to school. You can understand in the conscious mind, you see everything around you. You understand there's that, you see the cars, but you are in a different place in your head. You're dreaming, you're seeing visions, you're in a different world while you're driving. And the next thing you know, you're in front of your work going, "Oh my gosh, how did I get here? I didn't even know I passed the freeway. I didn't know I took the off ramp." Because we're going in autopilot on one end and we're in a different world over here. And that is exhausting. To be in split mind, it will wear you out, no doubt about it. So I hope that helps. The relationship sector. That's because this has everything to do with relationships, all right? This journey has everything to do with relationships. Relationships come in every aspect of life. We have a relationship with ourself. We have a certain kind of relationship with our children, with our birth family, with our grown-up family, the children, the partner. We have a relationship with our coworkers, with our friends, all kinds of different relationships. Some people have a relationship with their career. That is where their focus is. They love their career, they create a relationship with it. They set up everything every day geared around their career. So, relationships is everything about this. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I do have a degree in metaphysical humanistic science, and that is the interconnection of the spiritual world, scientific and humanistic, in the triangle. And it's all about relationships, okay? And everything begins with us. Every relationship begins with us. So if we have these um, belief systems that aren't ours, that were taught to us through education, through religion, through spiritual connections, through family, friends, anything, even poor work environments, we determine how we're going to process that. And if it does not resonate with us, if it does not work for us, we will meet a soulmate. Soulmates come in every kind of life, right? We will meet a soulmate that will trigger us. That's the twin flame. That is why we feel so deeply connected to that person. But when you look at the journey of the twin flames, they are completely opposite. Soulmates, they're beautiful, they come together, right? They're just two peas in a pod, they're happy go lucky, everything is perfect. They can read each other's mind. Well, that's why you can do that with a twin flame. You can read each other's mind. You feel like you've known them forever. You see them before you ever meet them because your senses get heightened along the way. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to answer Arzu's question real quick. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you. And kiss, kiss to you too. So I'm hearing no, there's no change right now. There's a lot to be done, a lot. So just in what I explained over the last few minutes, you can see where that's a lot. Your divine masculine is right here, and dealing with family issues. All right, and I'm going to pull a card for you. Hold on. All right, so there is this beautiful, beautiful soulmate card right here. And we saw the King of Swords. The King of Swords is about mental, right? The mind, the air, the connection to the universe as the universal energies, the beautiful beings, everything from above, whatever name you want to use. Okay, you can use any name you want. I call it universal energy because none of you are wrong in the name that you use. But that's the general term so that nobody is wrong. So it's like this connection is unseen and it taps in here, right? That's our mental clarity. That's the way we communicate. It affects our throat. Like we talked about that, I think, in one of the shows with you, where your throat was a little bit tense, and it still is right here. I'm feeling it on the left side of you, where your throat is still a little tight because there's things you want to say. You want to say them to your DM. This is saying the union will take place, my dear. It will, okay? It's going to. And right now, it's about you connecting within. You're doing a great job. You are doing absolutely wonderful. And this is your time to get from, you remember, I was talking about where we're here and here and here and here. And it's like we have to come together here internally. So it's an inner connection that brings the external connection, interconnection with every person, with every being possible. So you're doing really great, but it'll be just a little longer. He's going through his own thing with his family, whatever that, you probably know more about that at this moment. So I hope that helps, love. You take care too. Okay, somebody left and oh, maybe you guys are talking to each other. I don't know. Okay. You saw a big positive shift just after Venus and Mars moved in. Yes, 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 that's what I'm talking about. So when I do these energy shift readings, that's where it's at. I can feel them coming on. I can tell, and a lot of you can do this too. I can tell when it's going to rain. I can tell when it's going to snow most of the time. All right. I can get just as busy as everyone else and tune it all out because we get really good at ignoring everything around it. I had 4 kids. Okay. Of course, I learned how to ignore really good, but you tune everything out around you, and you'll feel that shift, and it'll come through. Typically, for me, it comes through underneath the solar plex area, and it comes up this way. You can feel what angle it's coming in. It's crazy. It's amazing. And I think a lot of you will like it. And I know some people are afraid of it, but that's actually a built-in mechanism inside of you, so it's gonna be great. Have you always known you were psychic, or was it something that evolved? I know I have strong intuition. I feel I can reach higher heights. Now, that's a really great question, Montana. That's a very good question. So yes, when I was young, I did know I could see things that other people couldn't see as far as like spiritual beings that were around. I could see ghosts and things like that. I also could hear the angels. I knew they were angels. I could hear them talk to me. And so I knew ahead of time what was going on. So at around age 8, 9 years old, I would have grown-ups come up to me and ask me questions. Like, in the park, they'd sit down on the bench next to me and ask me questions about, just open up and tell me about their divorce. Okay. I was like 9. I'm like, stranger danger. Okay. I don't know you. But the thing is I was always able to give them something that clicked with them like that. So I knew at a young age that it was part of me, but I was told not to use it. And that's what a lot of us are. That's bad, it's evil, and it's not true. You're born with it. Read your books. It tells you in every single tradition, religious, all of these books tell you it is part of who you are. All right. It depends on what you do with it. It depends on what that person does with those beautiful heightened senses. So it was something that I had to learn to enhance. So when you say evolved into, yes, I did kind of do that. I actually had a boss that taught me how to look at the detail because those of you who've had readings with me, I hone right in on detail. I describe the location, there's cobblestone around here. I describe the building, like one client came to me and I described the building. It was a tall building, blah, 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 red brick. And I put flowers and, because of the way that I was shown how to find the detail. So with me, it's like I'm an eagle, okay? And I fly around and I find you. It's a little scary. That's not true though. I don't do it only with clients. I don't like to do it anytime out of session. So it's like, and I don't like people asking me like when they find out what I do, they're like, so you're psychic, huh? And I was like, don't ask. Okay, just book a session. So it's like an eagle flying over, and then I can zoom in. I can literally zoom in. It's like you can see things when you do it this way, and then you adjust. My friend and I were just doing this the other day where I was working with her on that. But you can adjust. You can adjust now instead of being up, you're over, you look this way. Now you can see things from a different angle. It's all in the mind, all right? Everything I do is through these in unseen energy vibrations and through the mind. It's crazy, right? You should be doing it. You should practice. Book a session with me. If I have 6 people, I will, and I think I mentioned that before. Send me an email, ascendingsoulsjourney.com. If I get 6 people, I will bring back my psychic workshop. It is cool. It is very cool. All right. You're so welcome, Maria. Okay, let's see what else we have. Hi, Leah. Oh, welcome to the Soul Babies. I'm so glad you joined us. Welcome, my dear. I'm glad you're here. I'm very glad you're here. Thanks for the last reading. Now I have my job and living accommodation. Oh, and it's 3 birds and 1 stone. Very good for you. So, you had I take it you had a private reading with me is what you're saying. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I love to hear the feedback. I do. Patty, I'm glad you're here. I am because this is going to benefit you and what you do for a living as well. So wonderful, wonderful. Hi, Christine. Welcome, you guys. You'd like a card if you feel called. You'd like a card. Are you asking me to pull a card? Or you want a business card? Um, yeah, we'll do that for you, dear. You know, you have a little bit of weepy in you. You have a little bit of weepy. There's like, it hurts here. And there's a reason I'm doing that. You have something you need to get off your chest. Something needs to be said. And it's actually blocking your throat chakra, your heart chakra, and your solar plexus, but primarily in these two areas right here. You also are blocked up here. So you might be feeling congested in the head. All right. So I'm going to pull one card for you, but that's what I'm picking up through your energy. Here we go. Okay, so you have the Page of Swords, my dear. So, Haley, it's time for you to do some research. All right, get online, start looking up whatever's going on. If you're seeing synchronistic patterns, look it up, search it. You can go on my website. Well, I have some of it. I'm in the process. I'm literally rebuilding it. I'm moving to a whole different brand new site, and I've hired somebody to do it for me. So let's hope they do a great job, right? Because I'm having so many technical complications and no help, and I don't like that. You may be going through the same thing. This is about air. This is about the mind. Remember when I said you are a little bit disconnected up here? Start doing research, all right? Do the research. If you have contract coming in, you'll be taking care of that as well. But I feel it's more in that category. So let us know how that resonates with you. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? Okay. Hold on one sec. And make sure you guys give a donation if you are not in the membership, because in the future, anybody who's in the membership, I will answer your question. Okay, so make sure you throw a little something out there. What that does is it creates ebb and flow. I don't care if it's 99 cents, it creates ebb and flow. So when we get something without investing in it, it holds no value and it can be altered just like that. But when we invest in it, okay, that's when things start falling into place. So there's you know, Patty, the healer, I'm hearing job well done, but you do have more research to learn on your own. There's there's something you're missing, and it is in the way of communication. Okay, so that's what I heard. So you might be having a little bit difficult time communicating with the people that you are working with and whatever it is you do. I don't know exactly what you do, but the communication is very important. I'm assuming you're a healer. We all are on some level, right? But let's see what the card is for you. All right, this one. You have the Tower card. Okay, so you might be going through some changes. These could be minor changes, these may be major changes. But in relationship to what I just said, there's something you need to learn. So if you feel like your world is shimmering and shaking, and I don't mean the outward world, I'm not talking of, we're going to talk very brief. We won't talk a whole lot about that because this is about you guys. We can't fix that until we fix this, right? You can't redo the cupboards until you get your plumbing underneath all set up, and that's what we're doing. So you have this little bit of tear down left inside of you that you're going through, but you will get through it. And I feel in the next 3 months, 1, 2, 3 months, you should be seeing an improvement gradually throughout the 3 months. So it's a little, a little, a little, a little, right? Each segment as you go along. So, Santa, hi, welcome. You know, I'm not really picking up on your ex. Let me pull a card for you because I don't feel I don't feel your ex in your vibration. I feel open in your vibration. Although I know you still have a little that yearning, you've grown. There's something about you that shifted. Can you feel the shift in you? Where it's like, I wonder, but I'm also ready to move forward, right? And there's the King of Wands. So your ex may be a Leo, Aries, or a Sag. That could be the time frame that you met him, but what it's saying is they're very charming, very charismatic, and when this person comes into our life, they captivate us where it is almost impossible for us to walk away, and that any of the kings will do that in the tarot, kings or queens will do that in the tarot, okay? So I feel that they're really working on trying new avenues, and they're trying to build a new path. You see, as you see what's going on, they're seeing it too, okay? The world is very obvious, but they're also feeling the same shifts that you are. Whether they can identify to it or not, they are absolutely feeling it. So I hope that helps, my dear. Can you touch on synchronicity of meeting unavailable soulmates? Ooh, that's a good one. Now, that's a whole topic. Remember, next week we're going to talk about role models and leadership in the age of Aquarius, and that's for us as people, right? Okay. So when we meet the soulmate, okay, you want synchronicity of meetings unavailable soulmate. The synchronicity, it has nothing to do if they're available or not. The synchronicities that come around, like seeing their name or seeing them in a vision or that deja vu feeling when you're talking to them, which we do that with soulmates, right? The unavailable soulmate may very well be the one who has triggered you into your own inner awakening. So if you've been going through, I think this is what you want. If you've been going through a cycle in your life where you're picking unavailable people, you have to look at what it is. You are looking at a mirror. All right. So here's them, here's you. And you're like, oh my gosh, you and I just like hit it off, but you're married, unavailable. You are blocking the available person from coming in. It's a mirror effect. So what you see in them is back on you, right? So that's what it is. You have this blockage and it's in your heart chakra, hun. Okay. All right. You don't care for the energy in the world at this moment. So what are you going to do about it, Ellie? What are you going to do about it? We all have a role in that movement, each and every single person, whether it be a teacher, whether it be a leader, whether it be somebody who is a janitor in a facility that takes, we all have a role in the movement itself. So as we heal ourselves, we will know what our role is. We have a life purpose, we have a soul purpose, and the age of Aquarius is when we bring the two together. All right. And that's what we're doing. Our world is changing, everything around us is changing, and our soul is getting ready to move into a higher level, into a new phase of the evolution of the soul. So it's the split again, right? And this is the life purpose and the soul purpose put together. So, what I mean by that, you guys, is let's say you're a teacher, okay? And you've been teaching hypothetically elementary school, and you always felt like you were supposed to be a teacher, but it doesn't feel satisfying anymore. It doesn't work for you. It doesn't matter what role you're in, whether you moved into being a principal or what, it just doesn't feel right to be in that environment. It has nothing to do with the babies, okay? It's like it's you because your life purpose was to be a teacher, but your soul purpose may be to teach people how to awaken, how to overcome depression, how to do something different. Your teaching capacity is in a different realm. So, as we're changing, the world's changing, we have to find our life and soul purpose together. Okay. I hope that helps. I love this because I have the same gift all my life. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. I didn't even know all that. I'm still way up there. Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you so much for your donations. I love you so much for that. And we're going to keep on going. All right. Let me catch you, whoever is the farthest back. Hello, Leah. I'll get you in just a moment. Karen. Hi, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for the 4.99. Brief energies on finances and new Gemini man in your life. Ooh, baby. You're very welcome for sharing. All right, my dear, I feel the new man in your life is going to be a good guy. Okay. There is going to be some turbulence with this guy. But that's okay. That's all right. There always is. But this time it's going to be different. I feel you pick somebody who is more sophisticated. He's good looking. He's good looking. So this also has to do with you, my dear. So it's making sure that you don't get jealous because he is very charming. Not the king of wands. He's not in a bad way. I mean, he'd be like the king of wands in the upright where they're really positive and charismatic, but also that means that they have this loyalty inside of them. They hold honor in what they do and pride in what they do. So, when it comes to your finances, you want to reevaluate your finances. The Seven of Pentacles in the tarot, all tarots, well, I don't know, there's so many different versions of them now, right? I have my own versions also. I just use these because they're like me. They're part of me. When I started doing these, I had to learn how to read tarot just like everyone else. But I sat there, I'll get to you in a sec. I sat there and I listened to it. I would pull out a card and go, "Okay, the 7 of Pentacles," and then I'd look it up, and then all of a sudden, I start hearing things. So I was being taught by my guides how to do what I do for you guys. So this is you sitting down and reevaluating your finances. I do feel you're gonna grow into a position more around July or August of this year where your finances are gonna feel a lot better for you. Um Grow. So if that means you're comfortable where you're at, it's gonna go higher. If that means you're uncomfortable, it will still go higher, all right? Everything around this has to do with you meeting the guy. So it's important for you to keep a very positive mindset. Don't be blinded, okay? So you don't get involved with a toxic situation. I don't see that. However, you don't know who is around him yet, okay? It may not come from him, it's the people that they are attached to, the web in the beginning if you saw the beginning of this. So I hope that helps you, my dear. I do. Hi, Leah. Thank you so much for joining and for your $10. I appreciate it. I am in grad school and need to ask. He is kind, and I feel that, you're attracted to him. So, it may be an unconscious attraction. He may remind you of somebody from your past that intimidated you, okay? But when it comes to whether or not this is a good time, I feel I'm seeing, actually see it, the end of March into early April. So, right around, yeah, over the next couple weeks, you're gonna feel it. Now hold on. You're gonna hear a bell, not the ringing in the ears, okay? This is gonna be a bell. This may be a school bell, this may be a bell, but at the moment you hear the bell, I don't think it's a school bell. They're showing me a bell, like an old-fashioned bell like this. Um, it could be a clock, it could be a mantelpiece. When you are encounter the bell, that will be the right time, and it'll be over the next 2-3 weeks. You're gonna know the right time. So once you get the nervous butterflies out of you, then you're gonna just fall right in sync and you'll hear the bell. Okay? He is kind. All right, hold on one moment. Thank you, Patty. Patty the healer. I appreciate that very much. Your $5. Montana, thank you for the 4.99. Erica, I thank you for the $10. Oh, you guys are awesome. Okay, so Arzu had my DM told his mom about you. I don't think so. There's a fear inside of him. I don't like the mom. I feel the mom, if it isn't mom, it's a woman around him that like a sister, but I feel it's mom or grandma, mom, it's mom. That is very judgmental over the people that he gets involved with. Almost like a jealous mom thing, like nobody's good enough for my baby. You know what I mean? But that was the 10 of cups when I pulled out your cards earlier. That was the 10 of cups where he has to handle his family. He's got to deal with his family. Once he tells him, then he's got to deal with his family again. So it's almost like, telling your family you're gonna go abroad, at the age of 18, you're gonna go abroad for 2 years, and they're like, "What? No way!" Right? 17. When the family's like, "Uh-uh. Yeah, yeah, let me pull you a card, though." Okay. I'm so glad you guys are here. And like I said, I am making changes to the channel, and I'm making changes to the channel for this reason, so that we can do this. And it's a very small fee to go into the live. I put a lot of things in there for you guys, and I'll be changing that around also. But I want to make sure that I'm here for you in a different capacity. So I wrote the book so that it will help you. I'm creating all of this. We're going live. We're answering it in a way that is affordable for you, and it's ebb and flow, because I want you guys to move to a higher level, because we are trying to create global interconnection, right? You have the 10 of swords here, all right? And this is a no card. So when it confirms what I said, it's a no. He hasn't said anything yet, and I really feel that it it's going to come uh later. I feel I said earlier, if I didn't, I'm seeing more around the fall, like later on, July through September, in that time frame. So I don't remember what I said the last time we spoke, but that's what it is today. Okay. That's what it is today. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Hope you and everyone here is having a blessed evening. I hope you are also, my dear. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Okay, this is from Patty the Healer. Thank you for that. My husband and I don't communicate. He is a narcissist, and it's his way only. So I'm assuming that matched what I said, right? And you want to take a look at that. That's what the book is about. How to avoid these kind of people. All right. How to avoid this spider in the middle of the web. How to detect who they are, and how to use your energy vibrations and the things in the human world to move past that. You sent a super chat, it's not showing up. No, I did your question. I answered you. Brief energies on finance and Gemini man. I did like a long section on that. Is that what you're talking about, my dear? Um, where'd you go? Hold on, I lost it. One sec. Okay, so I was talking to Karen Earnwood. I did answer that question, hun, when you sent the chat a while back ago, in depth. Okay. Jamie, I have been running into my DM more lately. Is there a reason why? He is currently with someone, so it's been odd to see him. Thanks bunches. Thank you so much for the $10. And right now, and I know a lot of people don't wanna hear it, and let me tell you something, the people that don't wanna hear it are the people who have not healed, okay? They haven't healed, they still have some hurt, they still have some pain, and they're like, "No, it's not, that's not it at all." Because there is no more feeling of ill will when it comes to this person. Doesn't mean you're gonna be with them, doesn't mean you want them, alright? But twin flames are reconnecting. Everybody pretty much is going to be settled up in their twin flame dynamic, one way or the other, by the end of the year, rolling into the year 2023. Now, that doesn't mean they won't come back around, but we're starting a new decade. We're starting this new segment. We're in this phase, and we don't stop the phase. The phase is going to go on without us, whether we participate or not. So the reason that you're running into them is there's about 5-7% in you that needs to be completed. It's not a whole lot, and it's from the initial time that the two of you triggered each other. It's from 2-3 years ago. And you may feel like you're all good, and you probably are. But you see, every time you are seeing him, it's triggering you to complete what wasn't completed. That's what they do. And then when we're complete, they come back. You have somebody new coming in, by the way. Somebody new is going to come in. And it's going to be almost simultaneously, like you're going to be seeing them outside eating lunch, and then somebody is going to walk by and you're like, hey, like I had somebody reach out to me recently going, hey, and they're really adorable. So it's like and I've been hearing my twin flame lately as well. So it's like we go through these phases, but what I am seeing for you is you have just this final push. So that may be the original reason, the true root of the issue of why you were put back into the journey. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a card for you. Yeah, I heard the word yep. Okay, so I heard the word yep. That means I'm on track, and we got a yes card for you also. This is the Page of Wands, and this is about taking action. It may be a baby step of taking action, but it is time for you to move in a different direction. This would be dating. This would be doing things that are out of your normal comfort zone. It doesn't have to be in a relationship, but this is something that's going to excite you and make you feel very fiery and passionate. But I also feel the two of you are deeply connected. I do. I feel you are connected. Now, it may be that it's his 5. No, I heard a note. I was gonna say it's him, but no, he's doing really well. You have the card of romantic feelings, and you see how these 2 cards match. Passion, excitement, adventure, romance, excitement. Ooh, oh, yeah. So he does have romantic feelings for you, and you both do, and that's why you're seeing him. You have a choice getting ready to come in the next 1-2 months. 1 to 2 months, you're gonna make a final choice because you got somebody new if you haven't met them already. So I hope that helps. Okay. Thunder Roads, I gotta laugh, I'm sorry. Thunder Road said, "Just a few hours ago, somebody told them that they were edgy." And you're exhausted, and yes, that's absolutely what's going on. Most definitely what's going on. Alright. Uh, En Moem, I hope I said that right. Please forgive me if I mispronounce your name. You want to know if things are going to work out for you and your husband. You've been in separation. I feel a lot of pain inside of your chest. You're going through a huge shift inside of you, and I want to word this carefully. He is clearing out old. Um, It's like desires, but it doesn't mean sexual, okay? I don't mean like dating women, all right? So please know that I don't see that whether he's doing it or not. If he is, it's not emotionally attached to him. They aren't in his energy field, but he is still in your energy field. So I feel that the two of you have an opportunity to work it out as long as you hold your ground and you come in with confidence. The weakness that we go through when we're going through these breakups and it makes us feel weakened, like, please don't leave, come back. I'll do anything, come back. Makes us look weak to the other person, and they don't want weak. They don't want that. So if you're able to be confident and secure in you, you can actually um, turn the relationship around. I'm not saying it's your fault. Okay. I'm saying that's where you're at right now in your life, where you're missing them and you're longing for the connection to come back because you thought this was your life partner. you thought you were going to um, grow old with him. So I hope that makes sense. You become a beacon of light and shine brightly. Send love to the universe. Spread your light throughout. Well, that was a beautiful thing to tell me, Patty, the healer. I thank you truly. I do. Hello, Michelle. How are you? Where will you find a mushroom? You're talking about your DM, right? I feel that you've got some mixed energy in you. Okay, and when that happens in a session, like if I'm in a private session with my clients, that's where I would have them breathe with me. I teach you to breathe. For those of you that need to breathe, I will teach you that in a session, in private sessions, in group sessions, right? Where like I have a list of workshops that I'm doing for you guys, and you can go on my website and look. It's in the circle of wisdom. The circle of wisdom is a grouping of webinars I put together for you. So I feel like your energy is scattered a little, and it's like you pull in, pull back, pull in, pull back, pull in, pull back. Okay. So it's time for you to really learn to focus on what it is you truly want. It has to come from a high vibration. And when you bring that vibration level up, you want to be able to make sure your vibration it stays up. Okay. Whatever that means for you, however you're going to do that, I do feel that that is going to come and it is going to come to you. All right. So your job is to get it up. That sounded wrong. Your job is to get your vibration up and keep it up. And then all of a sudden, all of this unseen energy just moves and shifts things around. And that's what happens all the time, right? It shifts. So it'll come right to you, my dear. It'll come to you. And thank you for the 4.99. I have learned so much from you, Lorianne, over the years. As a fellow empath, I appreciate your energy and you put into these special videos. Leah, I thank you so much for saying that, for being part of the membership. I love that you are with me, and I'm so happy I'm able to help you. I truly am. You have a rare and unique gift of your own, by the way. Claudette, hi. Job situation, finances, passed on husband. Claudette, thank you for the $20. I appreciate it very much. You're under a lot of stress. You have a lot of weight, and you might even be feeling it right back here in the back of your neck, right here. Like if you take your fingers and just push, you're going to go, oh, I didn't even know that was there. Okay. It might even be run all the way down on the back side over here. You're under a lot of stress. Okay. So your financial situation, your finances are getting ready to turn around. So it's going to be over the next 3 months, JU, which actually I'm seeing the month of June. It's early springtime, is what they're showing me. I don't know where you live, but it's when the trees are almost blooming. Okay. Whether that's June or July, when the trees are almost blooming, I have a feeling it's June. So you're going to see something beautiful come in over the next 2-3 weeks. But you, my darling, you've got to get your energy uh, calm and believe that it's coming. Okay, just kind of like what I shared with Michelle, keeping that vibration high, and make sure that you are putting your resume out there. Okay, you have to. You're filled with a lot of weepy, and you're going through a cycle. You are definitely going through a lot of change. There you go. The card says you're going through a healing process, okay? The 3 of hearts is a broken heart. That's the pain that we suffer when we lose a job, when we lose our money, and when we lose our loved ones. And this is being, betrayed. This is all kinds of whatever the pain comes from, which in your case, it's a triggering, it's like a domino effect of all of them, like a domino effect. And as you rest and calm your mind, you rest and calm your body, you're going to be able to move forward. Make sure that you are putting out five job applications, that's why it's 5. Okay, 5 job applications, which if you've done one online, it can take anywhere from 2 hours to 8 hours depending on what the requirements are, okay? Because some of them even do testing now. 5 job, applications, and one of those is gonna come through for you very, very soon. It's gonna help pull you right out of that, my dear. I hope that helps. Montana, thank you so much. A card or guidance on finances and plans in motion. Oh, you're a creative little thing, aren't you? You are very, very creative. So I do see that the book is gonna do well, okay? You've got and oh my gosh, it's so much work, right? It's like it's so much work. You gotta spew it out, and then you gotta, fix it, fix it, fix it, and then rewrite it, and then fix it, and rewrite it, and fix it. I feel the children's book is gonna do well, especially if it's the one that you have illustration in, and that's like a couple little, drawings. It doesn't have to be a lot, it can be, but I see like a couple of sketching, like a cartoon not cartoon, but like a sketch, okay, like a sketch artist, that kind of sketches. That one is the one that's gonna do well, so I hope that's the one we're talking about. 'Cause that's the one that's gonna do really well. Even though you have all these good things, okay, so Montana is asking about children's books, wedding, moving, and all the planning that goes behind it. So these are very positive aspects in life, right? She's got these wonderful positive things coming through, but yet she still is under a lot of stress. Stress, anxiety, fear can accommodate us when we have good things on the rise as well. That is something you want to take a look at because it's actually coming from inside of you where you are not sure if you deserve what's coming to you. All right, now let me pull a card on that. And I don't mean you don't think you're good. That's not what I mean. This is an unconscious level. So I got a yes card on that, and this is the Knight of Swords. And so they're saying you've got some beautiful stuff flying in. Everything's going to be flying at you very, very quickly, and it is yes to the book. The book is almost. I'm not saying the wedding isn't important, but the book is like a personal accomplishment that I feel you wanted to do before you got married, okay? Before you did some of the things that you're doing. And I feel that it may be a little bit reversed, but hang tight because this is going to be a wonderful opportunity. You have a contract coming in, you're going to connect. So everything is going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. All right. Hold on one sec. Somebody put something really nasty up. Very nice. We report that person and block them. You're no longer allowed here. All right. Ooh, I can add a moderator. Hold on. It said I can add a moderator. Nasty little people, I tell you. I tell you. I tell you. Deleted, deleted, deleted. All right. Now let me see where my beautiful I have to put Erica. I'm gonna put it said I can add a moderator. There you go. I did it. I didn't know I could do it while you were on the show. So Erica, you are a moderator now. I just deleted that guy's nasty, disgusting messages. I'm new. Is she still taking questions? I am for, yeah, we got about another 20 minutes or thereabout. So I'm answering people's questions who have paid so that I make sure I take care of them. I don't want to leave anybody. Don't finish. I've got to go to work. All right. Hello, Sylvia. How are you, my dear? Thank you so much for your $10. Oh, yeah, honey. You do. You have somebody coming in, and I feel it's going to be in the month of April where you're going to meet this person in the month of April. Um, I don't believe that you're gonna date him right away, though. I feel you're gonna, like, um, be curious and be friends and do things and almost, like, shy. I think you're shy, but I feel he's gonna be, your partner is gonna be shy, okay? And if I say the wrong, gender, I apologize for that. But, because I don't see the face, alright? I just feel the energy of this person coming in. It is a masculine energy. So, um, yeah, I feel that you've got him coming very, very soon. You're gonna know there you go, you got this see? That's what I'm saying, the cards follow my messages. This is a twin flame, this is a beautiful partnership. This is when you and a soulmate are on the same page and you're cleared out, they're cleared out, where the 2 of you are not bringing in old baggage and going, "You remind me of my ex." That's not gonna happen with this person. So this is beautiful. This is like you've really done a lot of work on you. Well done, my dear. Well done. So keep your vibes up high. I think you already do a great job of that. Well, hello, Kiki Robbins. I am so glad you are with us. Thank you for joining. Faith, action, bravery. Thank you for the 4.99. I appreciate it. Hello, Natasha. I knew you were going to come tonight. Your accent flowers, and thank you for the 4.99, my dear. What's the true intentions? Also, anything on my work situation, been off since January. I just love you so much. We've had sessions together, and she comes on all my live shows. A lot of you do, and I love that. You've been with me for so long. This energy that is inside of you was very I remember, okay, I remember, and I think it was a long time ago when we had your session, but you pushed people away. You're not doing that now. You're not pushing them away. You've grown, you've done really remarkably well. Please stay in the membership community on Facebook and make sure you're reaching out to other people because you're gonna be, an inspiration to them in that community, and I'm trying to get because we have a lot of them, through my website. I'm trying to get everybody over there. I don't know why, but I can't send them I don't know how to use Facebook. I'm so busy doing this, I don't have time, and you have to read page after page. But you're doing really, really great, okay? So, when we push away love, when we push away people, when we're in that stage of anger, if you ever noticed when you have more power when you're angry than you do when you're happy. Okay, it doesn't it's not really true, but it does seem that way. So when we're angry, we can just poof, right? But when we're happy, we're like poof. Two different poofs right there. And when you zoom it out, people feel it. You're not doing that anymore. All right. So with you, there is I feel it's a part-time opportunity coming in, and this opportunity is gonna be very close to where you live, so you don't have to travel. You m m 4 it may be 4 blocks from where you live, it could be 4 miles, it's not 4 hours, it's definitely not 4 days. And, it's gonna be the right job for you because it'll get you back into the sync of working again. When we take time off work, it's hard to go back to work and get into that ebb and flow. You're gonna blend right in with this group of people, and then I feel it will grow later on down the road. This one's yours, hold on. This one's yours. You have the 9 of Cups. Look at that. That's a wish come true, a wish being granted. This is a yes card. So it's saying, yes, my baby, we are right in this. All right. So you're stop, you're not pushing. You're not. I felt that in the reading, by the way. Right. Okay, so Leah, I'm glad that you posted that. Leah, I answered her question before and I said it's an unconscious attraction. And unconscious is subconscious, is like we don't even know. And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I love you, but there's an alluring, there's an attraction. So if he's like a fatherly figure, he's drawing you in on that basis, right? And it has nothing to do with them being married. It's the familiarity of what he represents to you. Okay, so I'm really glad you asked. This is like a trust issue, a trust thing. Remember, I said I feel you feel a little intimidated by him. You're nervous, but it's like an intimidation, just like a father would do. So I hope that makes sense in what I shared with you, and you're very, very welcome. All right. Thank you so much for the money and Moam. I appreciate that. Thunder roads, I think Aquarius are perceived as edgy when we get burnt out or overdo it. Well, Leah, I think everybody is. Okay. I've met Virgos, Taurus, I've met Libras and Aries, I've met Pisces and Cancer. I've met everyone, every zodiac sign. When anyone is burned out, they get edgy. When we're super tired, we get irritable and we snap, right? So I don't think it's an Aquarian sign. I think it's a people sign. It's when we overdo it as people. That's my opinion. And thank you for sharing that. I want the controversy here. I want the questions. I want to hear what you have to say. That's what this show is about. It'd be even cooler to do it live in a virtual setting. So Jamie was triggered in a lot when you were with him 3 years ago. I believe I said 2, 3 years. I'm not sure. I have to let go of everybody's stuff, right? So um, yeah, you were good. Michelle Carter. I answered you, hun. I answered your question. So I even said, "Is that a are you looking for a mushroom?" I did, I answered it, and it was a lengthy answer for you, my dear, so it is there, and when we're done, I don't think you can go back now, but when we're done, you can go back and you'll see it, okay? Um, absolutely. Let me see if I where'd you go? I missed it. There it is. So Michelle Carter, I sent it. I did answer you. You're very welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so much for acknowledging I answered it. Hello, fella aqua babies. Hi, Steve. Welcome. All right. Now I'm going to finish answering a couple of these questions, okay? Because these questions actually benefit a lot of you. I mean, even though they're personal, there's other stuff that I share in the question that can benefit people. And that's why I want to make sure that we are in the membership, right? Oh, thank you so much. So Leah was saying you guys might want to get a private reading with me, and if you are interested, thank you for reminding me. I have a $50 session. It's very quick, but you can see it doesn't take me long to go through it. It is open until the 12th, so you have just a couple days. And I opened up more days on my calendar now that I'm done with the book. Thank you for sharing that. All right, let me answer these other questions so I don't forget. And mom, will I be successful in my career and finances? I almost feel like you're going to have a career change, like something new is going to come in. I haven't answered your question yet. So it's like you're going to discover something, and I feel it's in your work environment now where you will discover something. It's going to be like a opportunity that presents itself to you. And there we go. It could be from a Queen of Wands, it could be a Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But what I really feel this is an opportunity. This is the opportunity where you're going to be standing in front of people. You could be teaching or talking about whatever it is you do now, but it's like a role change. That's when you're going to become successful. I do feel it's in the same organization. This opportunity is going to just kind of, it's going to feel like it's just being handed to you out of nowhere. But that's not the truth. It's part of your life and soul purpose together. All right. Okay. And I want you to stop asking questions because I'm starting to get tired and I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Okay. Nikia Light Tarot. Hello, my dear. How are you? Hello, Lorianne. Do my guides have any guidance for me? Well, I'm hearing the words keep moving forward, keep moving forward. All right. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Now, it is going to get better. Month of May is highlighted for you. So over the next several weeks, you've got growth coming, you've got change coming, and that change, there you go. You have an offer, an opportunity coming in. This is a yes card, by the way, the Knight of Wands. So this is an offer that's going to excite you. It's a person. It may not even be job related, Nikia. It may be a person coming in. The passion is what you're lacking, right? It's like when we are in a job and we're bored, when we're bored in a job, it's like, oh, I got to go to work. And I'm not saying you do that, but it's like an unconscious, it's underneath you where this is going to come in and it's going to really, really excite you. So it's not very far away. And thank you for the 9.99. Spirit Hawk Ranch, hello, and thank you for your contribution. You're doing shadow work to shed light on your relationship patterns. Oh, before I do this, remember whoever is watching, you guys, next week we're talking about role models and leadership in the age of Aquarius. That'll be the topic. So it'll be less in the chat and more in the beginning, it'll be more of a topic. I'll still do chat for those in the membership. I do shadow work to shed light on my relationship patterns. Now all kinds of endings are taking place. Job is ending, pets are sick. What is happening? Because when we go through this, and please rewatch this at least in the beginning, because I talk about a lot of different things through this video, and I know it's an hour time, but it's well worth it for some of these things that I share because it makes sense once you hear it. What happens is when we do shadow work, and for those of you who don't know what shadow work is, that's our inner work. That is the negative side. Remember, we're coming into a place of the age of Pisceans, leaving the age of Aquarius, is coming in and all these changes. Piscean is about love, it's about hate. Okay, and we have to master it in the center. So in order to have the age of Aquarius where peace rules the earth, all right, it rules the universe, peace, not war, not fighting. So anybody that says, oh, it's this is it, no, we're not even there yet. Okay, we're close, but we're not there. So that shadow work in you, it has to clear out now. So what you need to do is you need to release the negative energy that's inside of you, the fragments, the pieces of the unseen elements, like what I tap into when I do these sessions for you guys. Those need to come out. That's why I say I get tired. One night I did it like 2 hours, and I almost fell asleep right at the very end. Like I just cut out. I got to go because I thought I was going to fall asleep. Right. So it's like it starts eating at us, and if we don't get it out, you'll go through the cycle all over again. You'll have to go through the clearing out and everything that you did again. So it's your time to clear it out. You got to clear it out. All right. So I would recommend getting an energy clearing session. That's what I do. You can find them on my website. I believe those are on sale right now also. And get that taken care of. I would say probably 2 would be well if it's with the right person, okay? And that will help you, and they will teach you how to do it on your own as well, all right? So I hope that helps. Phoenix, hello. You know, you're lovely, Phoenix. I love your energy, and thank you for the $5, by the way. What I'm getting is your book is good, but that's not the book that you're going to present to the world. All right. This is your release book. All right. You're writing everything out in this book. You're writing out your feelings, your thoughts, you're writing out your experiences, but it's coming from regardless of how you're writing it, whether it's from a third party aspect or not, or characters or not, you're writing your story into this book is what I'm seeing. You're putting your emotions into it. So if you're anger, it's going to be anger in there. So this is your clearing book, okay? And your book that you're going to write to the world is going to be presented around March 1 year from now, 1 year from now. So you're gonna get done with this novel, you're gonna tuck it away, and then you're gonna bring it out later, and you're gonna edit it, revise it, and then you'll bring it back out, okay? But you're gonna do a lot of tweaking to it. So I hope that helps you. It's gonna be good. Keep going, keep going. All right. Sylvia, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate it. You're self-employed. I am self-employed entrepreneur. Why is oh, okay. Um, why is your business being blocked? A lot of people's business is being blocked right now. You have to be in your life and soul purpose, and I'm not saying that it isn't, but you haven't perfected it yet. You got to perfect it. You have to stand up for what you want. You have to fight for what you want. You're going to have to fight for your business. So if you're having hypothetically computer issues, you're going to have to figure out how to get past it. It's like you got to keep persevering. So this is a moment for you to really figure out if you indeed want this opportunity, okay? Now I have a yes card on this. Not only do I have a yes card on what I said to you, but it is the most, if not one of the most powerful cards in the deck. You're going to do great. This is about your inner clearing. This is about your healing coming to a completion in this card, right? And this is why I love the cards. They may be old, but you know what? I'm telling you, they are dead on with the little things I don't even notice normally. So that is why you're actually blocking your own business right now because there's you need to, like I had shared with the last person, you need to clear that out. All right, you need to clear it out and use fine lines. Use fine tuning. Fine. And if you're using a felt pen, you want to use a fine tip instead of a bulky tip, right? So fine print, fine lines on everything that you do to perfect it. When you do that, that will help you very, very much. I would recommend you book a session and we can go further. Okay? It'd be good for you. All right, my guys. Hi Kevin. Thank you for the 4.99. And let me see if there it is. You know, Kevin, I feel like there's a little bit of loneliness around you. I don't mean like, oh my gosh, you're crying your heart out, although you could be. I feel like it's more like, am I ever going to find the right? Is it ever going to be the right time, the right person, the right, what it is that you are looking for? And I feel it's romance. I do. I feel it's like romance, it's love. That could be love for a job, but that's not what it looks like. It's like, because it's not always about, remember, we can have, like I said earlier, an hour ago, we can have relationships with anything in life. We can have a relationship with our animal, and I don't mean physical. These are where we bond. We bond with our job. We bond with our coworkers. And with you, I feel it is, and there you go, you're sitting there. This is you. You're looking for it. When is it coming? Where is it coming from? Keep focused on what it is you want. You have to figure out what it is you want. Okay. If you're looking for a person, you have to figure out the type of person that you want, and then remember, as soulmates, we mirror each other. So if we have, and I'm not saying you do, if we have anger, we're going to attract somebody who's angry. And that's just the way it is. It's an underlying version of us. It's not what shows on the outside. So inside of you, you're waiting and you might be passing up opportunities around you. All right. So keep focused on what it is you want, but don't dismiss. And when I say dismiss, hypothetically, that would be I love blondes. So every dark haired person that comes along, you ignore them because you want the blonde. But the truth is, half of the blondes that you see, their hair is dyed, okay? They bleach it, they dye it, all of these things, so you wanna look at their eyebrows, and that'll show you the real color of their hair. But most of us don't see that, we just see the topical. So don't ignore all the good opportunities that are coming in. That fulfillment's gonna come when you grab the 1 cup. There were 3 cups on the ground. When you grab 1 cup and you go, "Have a great time," now your vibration is up. Maybe that's going on a date. Maybe that's going and volunteering for an organization, but it brings fulfillment as emotional satisfaction. And you go about doing your way, and then the next cut flies in, and you're like, okay, I'm going to take advantage of this. But in the back of your mind, you know this is coming. Okay. That should help you very, very much. All right, my dear. Hello, Chris K. Will I still be working my current job in 2024? No, I feel you're going to leave in 2023. Something's going to happen in 2023, and it'll be springtime, uh, more like April, possibly May of 2023. Yeah, you're going to walk away around that. That's not 8 months from now, but this is the 8 of Cups, and it's walking to get what actually makes you happy. So you like what you do, there's gonna be a feeling of melancholy, like, "Should I go? Should I stay?" However, your ninth cup is the card that brings the wish is granted, right? So that's what you're gonna be walking through, and I feel it again, it'll be springtime of next year. So that will be good, alright? It will be good for you because it'll be something that you love. All right, you guys, I have absolutely loved this. Remember, next week we are doing the main topic is going to be talking about role model and leadership, how we are going to do this in the world. So it's going to be an excellent topic. Please join in and let do the topic with us as we focus on the members in the membership, and you can join our membership at any time. That's what's going to keep these videos going. So I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Much love.